Hello everyone, my name is Anita Vijay Kumar Ramchandani. I am working as an assistant dietitian in UNMICRC Cardiology and Research Center. Today's topic is gut. Gut is very important topic as we known as the famous dialogue, Pet Safa, Har Rog Dafa, right? The important is the gut, our stomach, our in small and large intestine, the gut, the sugar trap on a gut health. It's a very important topic. Let's begin. Now we are going to show you the image. What is gut and the gut health? Gut health refers to overall function of the well-being of your entire gastrointestinal GI tract, which spans from your mouth down to your colon. Gut health is defined as a state of normal gastrointestinal function without active disease or a gut tolerant systems, that is the lower your quality of life. Here we can explain that if your quality life is definitely going to disturb, if your gut is disturbed, your mental and physical both health are depends on your gut, because what we eat, our mental and physical both, food is very much related with the nutrient, right? So gut is very important in this. What is micro? Here is we are going to discuss about the micro, what the gut can help with that. Microbiome, the collective germ of the microorganism in the practical environment, right? Microbiota, that is a common community of the microorganism themselves. Microorganism or microbiome are the tiny lives in the living on your around your, mostly bacteria in the gut. What is the bacteria done in a gut? Good and bad bacteria, that is a help your digestive foods, digestive system to give you a food directions, right? Your food is going to be digest with that only. So that is a very important of the microbiomes, that is help our mental and physical both health. And gut is giving you the good uh, bacterial things, that is you help you with the nutrients that you digest properly and give you the totally stomach free in the morning. Good bacteria. Good bacteria, collectively known as the gut microbiota, right? The essential microorganisms live in your digestion that treat your activity, maintain your overall health, that break down your complex dietary fibers, synthesizes vital vitamins like vitamin K, vitamin B, vitamin with other vitamin, and regulate up to 80% of your body's immune cells to protect against the harmful pathologies. And the when you can get your bacteria is the balance, your digestion improve, immune, and your even metabolic system function is optimally, you're optimally collected with that, right? So here we are discussing about the microbiome. Microbiome is the good bacteria that is give you the good food digestions, right? If you eat very well, your diet is very balanced, but when your digestion is poor, your food, what you are digest, what you are going to give your body, but it is not properly digest, then the nutrient might be losses, right? So what you eat, it should be a digest with the good bacteria, right? Microbiomes is the very important play a role to the gut that give you a digestions, right? What you eat, fiber, vegetables, dry fruits, full grains, that is digest through the gut. And gut start from the mouth to your colon. So when we talk about your mouth, then you have to clean your tongue properly. Start with that. When we go to sleep and a night, must we drink a single glass of water, even a we can say the matka water, give you a very balanced hydration. And whole night there is a microorganism developed in your mouth, that give you a good bacteria. And when you get up in the early morning, you must be drink a matka water, we can say the glass of water, that give you a balance. What is the microorganism develop in your mouth is going to be gone in through the gut, that give you a very healthy balancing gut. Now we are going to discuss about the critical type of good bacteria. Your gut is the home of thousands of microbiological sustains that is too prominently familiar of the most lonely and the research of their healthy impact. Lactobacillus, food found in a prominently in the small intestine that produce in the lactic acid such as the lower in gut pH acids and digestion, and the prevent harmful pathologies and the another of the intestinal walls. Here is the second one is the bifidobacterium. The bacteria prominent of the colonies, that is the gut from the birth. That is that target in the large intestine. The digestion, milk, sugar, and complex plant fiber support their regulated the bowel movement. The good bacteria is the working is as that is the give you from the another kind of level of the lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. That is what we do with the fibers, what we eat, the sugar, our natural compounds of the milk and milk product, that is digest with this bifidobacterium. Bad bacteria. Bad bacteria, known as scientifically as the pathogenic or the opportunists of bacteria, as the microorganism that in your digest treat that can cause the inflammation, tissue damage, and the disease in their multiple outer of the controls. That is the heavily digest system, that is the harmful stains that keep in your systems that acquired and the undertreatment by the bacterial microorganism. However, when your gut ecosystem is disturbed, then your opportunities of the pathogenes rapids multiples, that is toxins imbalance known as the disposis, that is compromising your intestinal living on overall health. Here we are going to explain about the bacteria. Bad bacteria is doing like what we eat, but it can't be helpful with the digestion, that give you a very imbalanced acid that gone through with whole day. When you feel gut flora is not okay, your acid inflammation is must be higher, so must be bad bacteria is if working very hard with the our gut intestine, then your food what you digest is not properly, and then you feel heavy, uncomfortable, undigestible, constipated. So the gut is very important. The bad bacteria turn fight into the good bacteria, then good bacteria are going to be a very harmful and very less. So what is the dangerous type of bad bacteria? While the hundred of bacterial strains that can cause the issues, and the few specific pathogens and the neutrons that trigger sensations, severe gut disruption, and the systematic health problems. Chloroditis difficans, C. defense. This is a pathogen often aggressively multiple offer the antibiotics, use the wipes, and your good bacteria cause the severe watery diarrhea and the life-threatening colon inflammation of the colitis. Ischemic colic is the E. coli. E. coli is the while some stains, that is the harmlessly pathogenic variant product dangerously Siga in the toxics of the cause severe stomach cramps, bloody diarrhea, and the vomiting. Salmonella is the commonly controlled contract with the through the content of the good contaminated food or a water. Here this is the bacteria individuals the essentially pathologic aspect cells and the causing of the acute food poisoning, fever, and the severe camp. What is the probiotic? Now we have to discuss, already we discussed about the bad bacteria and what they can affect our gut, that give you a food poison, that give you a fever, that give you a watery diarrhea and the undigestible food directions. So what is the helpful with that? Now we have to discuss about the food and their what they help with the probiotics and the good gut health. What is probiotic? Gut is very important, that digest with the probiotic. When we go through the healthy gut, we should talk about the probiotics. Probiotics are the live microorganism, mostly beneficial bacterials, and the yeast that provides a specific health benefits on your body when they consume in adequate amounts of thing, then there is your gut internally picking of your force, right, that help you image and the support your exiting microbiomes. What is probiotic is done, the gut health with related with the microbiomes is essentially affect with probiotic. When we go through the probiotic, our microbiomes going to be a good in survival conditions. So the when we go through the gut, the probiotic should be consumed very highly for the gut health. How probiotic work on your gut, right? Now we already talk about the probiotic. It's essential for your gut health. Or what is going to be worked through this, you can understand with this slide. Your digestion tract contain the trillions of microbiome, the both helpful and harmful. Helpful and harmful both microorganisms are there. When the balcony balancing of the disrupted by the strains and the illness and the poor diet, a condition cells of the disputes and the cores of the probiotic help to restore your balance through the mainly maintenance mechanisms, right? Competitive extensions. Here, the crowd of the harmful pathogens by the compose, that is the same space and the nutrient. Second one is barricade supports that strengthen your intestinal living in the prevent toxin that leaking on your bloodstreams. And the immune segments, that is the main contain with the immune cells of your gut, whereas roughly 70% of your immune system redies. Here we are. Now we see about the natural probiotics that give you a good health, that you can easily introduce your probiotic in your digestive tract through the traditionally fermented and the unpasteurized food, yogurt and the cafe. Culturated dietary product contain well-researched lactic acid bacteria. Here is the ferment of the yogurt, you can Greek yogurt, everything is available in your market, right? Fermented vegetables, that is a traditionally items like kimchi and the surketa. Everywhere in a normal vegetable markets, that is available, easily available kimchi and surketa, right? We known as the suran in your day-to-day routine life. Fermented soya, the staples of the Asian course like the miso and the tempeh, and the fermented drinks. Effectively beverages like the kumcha and the water cafe, that is available in your local markets, right? What is the prebiotic? Prebiotic is a known digestible food that contains the primarily specialized plant fiber that is can the fertilize to the selectively nutrients, that is the beneficial bacteria already living in your gastrointestinal tract, while the prebiotic introduce live extremely germs into your system. Prebiotic system, that is the vital fuels of the require on your excess system microbiome of the survive and the reproduce and the function of effectively. How the prebiotic work in the digestive system? Here we see the gut gut bacteria. You can see the in image, it's a very dark and very we can say there is a many kind of healthy and good and bad bacteria is there, right? When we go about the flora and probiotic helminth's digestive system, that is a very good and essential bacterial known, has the yeast and modes and supplements that we give you extra support to your good bacteria that go through the prebiotic, right? uh, Stomach acid residential, that the provide prebiotic process the complex chemical stress like bacteria glycolic ligases, that is the prevent through the begin broken down to the human digestive enzymes and the gastric acid, right? Colonical fermentation, that is the travel completely interact into the small intestine until the rich in the large intestine colon. Microbial banquet, then one is the colon beneficial residential microbiomes, the micro mainly bifidobacterial and the lactobacillus phenels, that is treat the fiber to them and the cellular energies. This SCFA produce production, that is the fermentation of the production process generates causes biologically produced by the short channel fatty acids. SAFs includes the bacteria and the acute and the panacea. Healthy benefits. Now we talk about the prebiotic already. So what is the healthy benefits? Healthy benefits is the nourish your gut berries. The produce SAFA bacterials that is cause the primarily cells of the source, such of the essentially cells that living in your colon, repairing their strategies and the gut walls and the prevent your leaky gut syndromes. Are we about the leaky gut? Already we know the if gut is not okay, the bleedy form is going to be digest in your acid and give you in your blood through the intestine, right? The lower intestine pH, here is the fermentation release when the natural acid, that is the lower your pH level and the colon. The acidic environment promotes of the growth of the good microbes and the blocking and dangerous pathogens. The regular bowel movement, the prebiotic drawn the water and the stool that especially demonstrate improving the consistency and the eating causes of the constipation or the diarrhea. Benefits of prebiotic: reduce gastrointestinal inflammation, that clinically data reserve the prebiotic intake in a lower pre-inflammatory cyclotine and the easing system of the irritable bowel syndrome IBS and the inflammatory bowel syndrome in IBD. Health strengthen the systematic immunity. Because of roughly 70% of immune the systems live in your gut, probiotic boost their productive and the pre-activity. Antibiotics like the immunoglobulin. Here the support of the gut brain exists at the microbiome reframmation fermentation alternate the neural pathway. Health clinically treat the demonstrated that the regular prebiotic intake helped minimize the lower grade inflammation like the anxiety, stress, and poor sleep quality. Here we are discuss about the what the prebiotic help. But when your sleep is poor, your stress and anxiety work very hard, the probiotic that give you the beneficial help with that. When we go through the colon is okay, your stress level is going to be happy, hormones is going to be generated in your gut and you feel very quite comfortable and quite comfortable with your bowel movement and give you a good strength of your immune. Help we fight with the regular day-to-day consumption of irritable bowel movement and help with minimize the hospital leaves, right? वो support the gut brain anxiety is very important. Primary source of prebiotic. Here's some sources that we give you through the prebiotic to your gut. And the gastrointestinal recommended getting prebiotic through the diverse plant forward and the whole food diet, insulin and FSO, fructogastronic disease. The richly contained in the uh, cronally roots, deligned greens, jetwa, earthric, and the garlic, onions, and leeks, and the asparagus. Are we known as the green leafy vegetables and garlics, onions that is available easily nearby the markets. Resident starch that found in the urine, Greek bananas, cooked and cold potatoes and the legumes and the various seeds. Have we known about nowadays the easily available pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, even in mixed seeds available in the market that give you a very good in fibers. So must be eaten through this that beta glucan and pectin. The adequate the whole oats, barley, apples, and citrus fruits that give you a very good prebiotics effects. Potential side of effect and strength. Now, strategy. We have to discuss about the what is the potential side and their strategy. You give you a good gut, give you a good and bad bacteria, microbiomes help you to fight with that, and then what the microbiome help is must be going through the prebiotic. We know about the everything how the prebiotics works. Now we have to discuss about the potential sides of side effects and strategy. What you give you give to your body, your gut is going to be healthy and fight for with good bacteria. Now we have to discuss about that thing. Suddenly consumes high amount of prebiotic fibers and the high dose of supplement such as the insulin powered can trigger temporary digestion issues like gas, fatigueness, and the fluence and the abdominal bloating is in your microbiome attempt with the adapter. Here, when we talk about the prebiotic, what we uh, give through the medications type of medication, then the gut is not going to be accepted very soon. So give you some time. Either they irritate you, your bowel movement is irritating, abdominal bloating and gastric trouble is going to be a faster. So nowadays when we go through the doctor every time give you the supports with that, right? So we should be take care about your gut and the microbiotics what you going to be eat is very important to your role play in a day-to-day life. So when doctor give you a advice that give you a any kind of antibiotics must be regularly timely changed through this. The safely minimize of your gut health aim for your bacillus of the 20 to 30 grams of the total dietary fiber daily. Introduce your probiotic dense food and the generally overall severe weeks and the remains that drinks plenty of water and assist the fiber moving through your digestive tract. Here we are discuss about the digestive tract. If you give your balancing water in your body that give you digestive tract is very cool and comfort. So already we known about that we have to drink before at least half an hour before if you want to drink water from your meal. So if your time is 12 o'clock on your lunch, then must be drink 11:30 water if you want to drink. Either you have to control it with your other licky drinks like beverages like buttermilk and all if you want to drink in middle with the food. So the digestion going to be very uh, proper to give you a good healthy bacteria, right? Creating healthy benefits. of your gut, not restricted, right? As some who work closely in the busy professional senior government official, the corporate, the leaders, their families, I oftenly see the family pattern. High stress, frequently dining out, heavily intake in vegetable oils, vegetable and oily, irritable meals, frequently snacking, and reconnecting the gut content. The the reality of that own modern life, while the successful in your many ways, are quantity damaging their digestive health. The good news is their better gut healthy does not require the digestic overhaul and the complicated the irritation. It's being with every day to day habits that can be worn by the naturally in your routine and sustained over a time. Now, here in a slide, we are discussing some modern lifestyle. We give you a very good, healthy, modern, finely good, healthy life. But your gut is not okay with that. If you eat very, very oily, spicy foods in a irritable time, right? And vegetables oil going to be a very high. Already we know about the cholesterol and all these things gone through very high in consumption of with this. So when you go through the irritable foods, heavily spicy junk food over a time, that gut is not going to accept it, right? Your bad bacteria is going to be good in amount. They are give you they give your healthy bacterial inflammation, and the bad bacteria work hard to give you a bad effects with that, right? So your gut is not comfortable with your irritable times. Munching is when you okay of some time, but day to day routine life, when you eat in uh, chips, wafers, packet foods, that is not gut is going to be accepted. So if you are eating on wrong way, wrong healthy foods, wrong pattern, irritable sleeping times, scrolling times, your working profession is not okay with that. If you want to gut your healthy gut, then you have to sleep properly, sleep at least 8 hours in a night, sound sleep, must be walk through the morning, must be drink water at least a 12 to 15 glass in a each day. When we go through the water, must be drink sip, right? It should be a drink in a very calmly, patiently sitting in your position, then sip like a tea. That is very important. If you want your healthy and happy gut, you have to go through with this healthy and happy life. Going through the healthy and happy life, you must be walk, prebiotics, postbiotics, and the must be a dry fruits, your healthy snacking, healthy munching, give you a very healthy and happy gut. Happy gut. Creating a habit, healthy habits that you create with the not restricted gut. One of the first and most impactful the changes of the recordings of the oil we used in the most Indian cooking restaurants. Refined vegetable oil dominated, and they are repeatedly highly heating, generating the compound that can very harmful your gut living and dining with the inflammation. Repeatedly, this thing is the ghee and cold press oil such as coconut oil, olive oil offer the immediate benefits. Similarly, it helps to rethink foods, the group that often taken in the generated dietary, which mainly conserves and the universal healthy can become a problematic when the gut stress demand deplete and the enzymes lactic and the leading of the bloating and the cramps and the loose balls and the gut found in the wheat, barley, and the regrains has become a commonly triggered when the moderate hybrid wheat which eat impact with the intestine living through the zonic contributes and to what how known as leaky gut. Ascension gains growth with the few chemicals mainly stable to the tolerate reduce gluten into your bring refine from gas acid and bloating etc. Here we are discuss about the happy and healthy guts, 10 habits that give you a very good happy and healthy gut. Here what we use normally oils, in our Indian market, we are using for refined vegetables oil. That is not good for your health, mainly gut health, right? What we have to use is the coconut oil, olive oil, and the mainly that give you a very beneficial effects. But in a Indian cooking, we are cooking very high inflammation, so the oil is going to be regenerate and give you the very disturb your guts, right? So leaky guts is very commonly known as refined with the gastric bloating and affected day-to-day life. So the everyone using with the doctor, when we go through the doctor, every doctor is going to give you an antacid, pantoprazole. That is what when we go through this because our irritable food patterns. If its gut is not okay, then you have to feel uncomfortable in day-to-day life. Creating a healthy habit, happy guts that not restricted with that. Especially equally important that antibiotics are the life-saving when the necessary, but should be used judicially because the strippy with beneficial bacterial and compromise the gut diversity. The restoring and the balancing effect require mindful use for the good food that sometimes supportive supplements, herbal antimicrobials, which is when used with the guidance of can kettle alternates in your create certain situations. From those already struggling with the leaky gut functions, medication protocols that often includes the targets nutrients that the product protocols of the often includes target in nutritives digestive enzymes can reduce to the post meal sleepiness and the many professional experience and especially after the carbohydrate rich and dietary heavy meals meaning that them including of the maintain energy and the focus during the damaging workout days. Here we are discussing about the what the doctors give you the antibiotics and the anti-inflammation guts days and uh, anti-inflammation flemings that is you give you a that affects your nutrients digestion. So when you go through with that must be post meal sleepy and the irritable bowel movement started with the high carbohydrate rich foods such as the when we go through the oily foods and potatoes, starchy foods, rice consumes, barley, and all this, that heavy dietary patterns that give you uncomfortable sleepiness and the uncomfortable bowel movement with the dangerous workout days. Now we have to sugar trap. We have to discuss about the sugar trap in a gut health. That is the more important. When your health is okay, if your gut is okay, then sugar trap give you a very harmful effect, right? Why we known as the sugar trap? The sugar trap in your gut health refers to the how excessive consumption of refined sugar damaging digestive ecosystem by the feeding harmful microbiomes and the destroying the intestinal barriers, the triggerly chronic systematic inflammation that is the highlight a major scientific breakthrough where the researching developing a literal gut trap on the block toxic bacterial byproduct from the causing metabolic disease. Here we are known as sugar trap. Why we knows about the sugar and it's a trap. some in a nowadays youngsters going to be eat very high consume sugar. They, what we give you any kind of drink, it should be consuming at least 10 to 12 grams of sugars each and every drink. So even we know about the sugar, but easily consume, very high in form. The what we said about the cold drinks and the starchy foods, then oily and milky sugar ice creams, that give you a very harmful effect to your gut, right? But the when we go through, it's known as sugar trap. Evenly we don't know how much sugar we are consume in day to day, easily consume in a like cold drinks, especially, and strong drinks, what we are easily available in markets, right? In a normal days, everyone drink high sugar consumes. You gut is your unhealth and supported, not supported with your extra sugar consumes, right? So when we go through the healthy guts, we must be avoid extra sugar. Evenly, especially, we can't understand how much sugar we are eating in a day to day life, right? We have to think about it, how excessive sugar harm the guts. Now we have to discuss about the excessive sugar, what we go through the pathogenic survival sparkle bowls, right? The disposes the refined sugar feeds opportunities harmful bacteria like pathogenous petrobacteria, while the rapidly depleting the bacterial fiber loving stains like bacteroides, leaky gut, high sugar levels, irritable the gut leaving, and the drainage of the protective muscles barriers, where the things, this is the leads the toxins and the undigested food leak directly into the bloodstream. Systematic inflammation, where the toxin especially escape the damage of the gut barrier, when the active immune system leading the chronic low grade of the inflammation, the state in the link of the irritable bowel syndromes, IBS, and the type 2 diabetes and the fatty liver disease. The Crapping loops contain sugar-loving gut microbiomes, and the can manipulated how the appetite through the gut brain exists, and the triggery intestinal, where the biochemical sugars cravings to the stain themselves. Here we are discuss about the gut. Then sugar is effectively leaky gut, systematic inflammation, and the craving loops. Day to day life, everyone is doing a what we go through the high platters and all this extra sugary and extra fatty that give you a cakes and bakery products and all this that give you a very harmful bacteria on your gut. When the bad bacteria is more, the good bacteria is going to be survive very less in time. So the sugar trap is very essential for your body health. So what we are going to eat day to day refined flour, day to day bakery products, day to day outside food, and the highly processed food that give you a very if non-negative effect to your gut. The gut substract trap. Here we are going to discuss about the gut sus- substract, that trap, how it's been in a late 2025 research as discovered that an overgrowth of sugar, fat, and gut bacteria produce high level of the toxic molecules called D-lactate, and molecules that migrate from the gut into the liver, ag- aggressively driving up the blood glucose and the liver fat. Here, in a 2025, we research discovered that in a youngster, they are going to drink a very highly consumed the sugary drinks that give you a very negative effect. Even a processed food, that is your fatty liver grades effect with that, and your digestion is quietly disturbed, and your day-to-day life we are going to eat, if it is negative role play what we are doing, smoking, drinking, alcohol consumption, that give your bowel movement very disturbed, right? If your bowel movement is disturbed, and your mental and physical both health are effective, right? To combat this, the scientists, energies, and the biodegradable polymers trap given overall orally. This is a medical trap behind the lactate, right? Inside that the intestine, and the prevents that from the being absorbed in the trains trials, that is the methods scientifically improve your blood sugar control and reduce liver inflammation without require the changes of the body weight or a diet. So if in a youngster or a might be middle age, if we are in sitting position job, we are doing in a work life, so we are a machine, we can say we are a machine, we have to work with that. If you eat what you eat must be watched for that, in even in go through with their your digestive system. If you are healthy and if you eat very well, your balanced diet with high in fiber, low in sugar, no extra refined oils, refined products, that is more important for your health and mental and physical both, right? If you are eating a negative role play, eating a high sugar contained diet, refined oil, refined grains, and uh, not a balancing diet, even a not enriched in fiber diet, so the gut is going to be a leaky and it's going to be irritable response system. Then you feel day-to-day life, you feel gastrointestinal effect, you're working, your sleep might be a discomfort, so you must be watch for that. How to break through the sugar trap? That is very important. The healthy fiber rich that give you a very healthy beneficial effect, that when we go through the prioritize whole food. Now swap your processed sweets and the whole fruits and vegetables where the sugar are bound with natural fiber mixtures. So if you are eating every day to day life sugar trap like sugar, sweets and extra mithais and all, then must be going to change with your whole fruits and vegetables, give you a good sugar contain and a natural high in fiber, increase soluble fiber, conserve more oats, chia seeds, legumes, and the nourish beneficial bacterial that is produce anti-inflammation short chain fatty acids. Now we discuss about the whole food and the sustainable fibers that mostly we consume day to day life, that we should be legumes, chia seeds, oats, barley should be give you in a very good in quantity, right? Day to day life we have to contain with that. So in a nowadays even our slab is also known as a high fiber rich in grains diet, that is give you a soluble fibers. Control meals operating, eating vegetable proteins and before carbohydrates, describe the slow and the down of glucose absorption to protect your microbiome from the sudden sugar spike, right? Nowadays we know about the every person, 63% of the Indian ratios shown that the diabetic patient is increased day by day. Why and how? That is import about the glucose and gut, right? The sugar is very import with the your gut. If your gut is not okay to digest your sugar, then sugar spike on your blood and it's going to be a shown as the diabetic too, right? So we have to discuss about the gut and the sugar, mainly eating while the watch out for the sugar free trap. Nowadays many evidence and the many advice with the way shown that sugar free, everyone known as labeling of the sugar free, but it might to be very important. Be careful, be conscious of the sugar alcoholic like sorbitol, maltitol, and the xylitol. While the lower in calories, then you can drown the excessive water in the bowel movement, causing the severe bloating, gas, and cramps. Here, we every product what we labeling through the sugar free, it's not a sugar free, is there is a name changing of the sugar. Sorbitol, maltitol must be watch your what you eat, must be watch through this. What the packaging is important. When we go through with that, the try to avoid the packet food, try to avoid to excessive oily junk food, try to avoid refined products, refined oil, refined bakery products, and refined foods, refined grains must be avoided. That you, if you feel quite, if you want to feel healthy, young, and happy, your gut must be a very healthy and happy foods, right? If you want to sleep you must be sleep 8 hours, must be drink water, sip water in a natural, not even a cold water, natural water should be drink day to day life, high in fiber, vegetables, whole fruits should be consumed very well, right? Maintain your exercise, maintain your body habits, give you a very good and healthy gut. So if you want your gut very healthy and happy, must be watch your high fiber and sugar trap, avoid to sugar in trap. So thank you.